Oh, it's all right. My
What's
edit?
what's up, everybody? This is Alex Oxner, Artist Relations Manager for Orange, and we're back with another Artist Relations Corner. This is show number 7,821 since lockdown began. At least that's what it feels like. Today we are joined by a very good friend of mine and Orange ambassador, Ken Rose of Hero Junior. Ken Rose, of course, one of the founding members of the Proud Boys, former head writer of the 90s TV show hit Step by Step. And that's actually how he got into being a personal assistant to that show's number one star, Mrs. Suzanne Summers. Hero Junior is his band, and of course, they are a Hero Senior cover band. And honestly, as far as skill, Ken is in the top 5 to 10,000 guitar players that I know. So let's dive right in. Politics.
Damn. Your, your 15 minutes is getting real good.
That was the shittiest intro ever. And none of that's real. But most specifically, Ken is not a founding member of the Proud Boys. So, nope.
I think
Um, but really setting the tone for this one.
I think I'd last about 35 seconds at one of those campfires.
So, no, for real though, Ken, an amazing guitar player. You've been kind of floating under the radar for a little while, man, and I think now you're finally starting to get your dues coming to you. So you've got, obviously, you're doing the Orange Hangs series on our YouTube and Facebook every Monday, and that's been really cool, man. It's been growing, and I really, appreciate you doing that because people were missing guitarists on our channel. We have so much talking. Like, why does this guitar amplifier company keep fucking talking and not playing guitar? And you solved that issue for us. So thank you for that. How are you doing, man? How are you holding up?
um, yeah, I'm pretty good. I mean, the worst part about everything, yeah, I'm just starting, but you are too. So, um, yeah, not touring. That's the only, the real big difference in my life is that we can't travel, and we're a touring band. We've done like over 850 shows now in 8.5 years, and it's like, but I'm the kind of person that just goes along with it. Like I would have never done the Orange Hangs if it wasn't for COVID, and I've learned so much from just turning on the camera and not giving a shit. And I mean, I give a shit, but
It does. It actually does help to not give a shit.
it's
And as you go on, you give less shits, but you
yeah.
just simply get better at figuring out what to say next.
You were a very good example. You set the bar. When I watched you do it, I thought, all right, right on, let's do it. No, I mean,
So you watched me do it, and then you thought, well, I can do that.
exactly. I actually think you can do stand up, man. I've told you twice now. I really think you're great at it. I
That's
think
sweet, dude. You introduced me to I don't know if it was you that introduced me, but you're friends with Dean Del Rey, which is he's awesome, man. I just love him. I sent him something to whet his appetite, whet his palate with at the beginning of the pandemic. But there's not really a whole lot of going on in the comedy world right now.
no. I mean, yeah, the like we talked. I mean, I'm a big pod. We listen when we're traveling. We listen to more podcasts and comedy than we do music. Actually, when we're on the road, and I think if we just all learn to do our shit, do our stuff. Everyone's got other hobbies. I mean, it sucks not earning from playing live. That I think that's hurt a lot of people. And but I'm just really thankful that I'm in a cool band where we've been friends for so long. And I think that's what's really special about being in a cool band is that being friends, touring and hanging out, stuff like this comes up, and we've dealt with so much other stuff as a band that it's kind of by now it's just like another thing.
Yeah, I get that, man. You're kind of a prime example of an artist who is simply stayed proactive with their sponsoring company. You know what I mean? Like you always are bringing me opportunities to help you, and you take advantage of stuff like, well, can you do a live stream on our channel? Like do that. It's great self promotion. So more. Well, kudos to you for doing that. You know what I mean? People are gonna know who Ken Rose is. It's just a matter of time, dude.
Thank you. That's cool. I mean, dude, I think, and likewise, I think that the cool thing about Orange is it's not only the products. I mean, yeah, people go, well, you play their stuff, so you got to talk about it. But it's like for the people that really know me, I'm kind of an asshole when it comes to gear and stuff. Not an asshole, but I'm a snob. It's like I've got my way of doing things and it works for me. It might not work for other people, but with the way I play and the way I create, it's like if things don't work for me, I'm really vocal about not using them because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And so the way I met you and the way I met Orange was, when I was living in London, I got hooked up with you guys, and basically you said you're never going to go back to using your Marshalls, and the guys were right, and that was it. Like it really, the first time that I toured with
What was that first orange amp?
the OR50, it's the one that I'm still using. It's you guys sent it to me when I started touring with Hero Junior 8.5 years
A
ago.
lot of people are still upset with us for discontinuing that amp.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest questions I get asked. But what I was saying was what's really cool is that the Orange family of people, there's not a lot of trolling and bullshit. Like it feels like a supportive group, and that's kind of rare. I mean, I'm not, online all the time and I'm not really paying attention, but when I do, it's like the questions that people write me during the week are actually really cool. People send me music, and I, I've always been the kind of person that, I had a record label when I lived in London, and I really like developing artists and stuff and talking to people. And it's not about, I know this, you know that. It's like just sharing information. And that's what's really cool. It's just really loose. People, except for that, we had one show that was pretty out there. But outside of that, for 8 months, it's been pretty troll free and cool. And people asking good questions about everything. And I mean, when I was growing up, so many people helped me, like in the music business. They let me hang out in the studio, and I saw records being made, from the time I was 15, 16 years old. And guitar players would say, no, don't do it that way. Or especially, when, I mean, my main influences are, coming from black dudes, and I'd play with so many people that just called me the little punky white boy until I could play. And it was all these little.
You had to earn your place, man.
Oh, dude, it was, and it was right though. Everybody was totally right, and I think that now when I see how other people are doing stuff, the opportunities to hang out are a lot different when it comes to being creative. And I don't even think I was that good when I started, but I knew that I wanted to do it from the beginning. Like I really knew it, and like every step of the way, somehow somebody was there showing me some shit, which was like I could never have done it without that.
Yeah.
And I
Well, you
mean,
say that, but that's not coincidental, though, man. I mean, I've witnessed you and your ability to be proactive, and I'm absolutely positive you were creating those opportunities for yourself, which is really what you have to do, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Ken. You kind of are really up. Like you said, you're upfront, and when you want something, simply the way that you ask for it makes me want to give it to you. So you've got that going for you. I'm sure that that's been an advantage in your life. Um,
it has. Hey, it's really.
By the way, I'm just gonna say this. That's a really important trait to taking advantage of a sponsor or an endorser. If you're watching this and you're like, well, I don't really have the best relationship with my endorser, or I would really like an endorsement opportunity. Well, I mean, the cream rises to the top, but it's if you're in my face and you're not letting it go, then I'm more likely to interact with you or engage you. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that ends up being a bad thing. In your case, it was a good thing. But man, being proactive is key. It's the only way you can
Yeah,
really get stuff out of your endorsers.
and I think for people that have endorsements or are looking for them too, it's like I only take the deals that I really use the products because then I don't have to do anything except do what I always do. And I mean, it's yeah, there's we work with a few people, but they're people that I would buy the gear anyway. Like all the people that I work with, it's stuff I've been using for years for the most part, and everybody tries to get pedals on your pedal board, and if it doesn't work in rehearsal and you got three guys looking at you like, what the fuck is that whammy thing doing? It's like it ain't gonna happen. We're really honest in our band. If anything doesn't feel right to any one of the four of us, it's like there's no we love each
Wow.
other, but we're
That
not.
is a family relationship
Yeah,
because in most bands, if can you imagine a lead singer trying to tell a drummer to change a cymbal? That's a little too bright. I would like my vocals to cut through more on that track. Can you please find something a bit darker so that it's not it's not operating on the same wavelength? You can go fuck yourself. I quit. There's five
yeah.
other bands that I need to join.
We've had really, really the only fuck you moments that we've ever had is when we're super tired and we're great at apologizing within an hour, and it's human. It's like having three wives. You're bound to get in a
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah. Oh, you
No, I
have
don't.
three wives. Um, and coming back to what you said about being forthright, it's like when I'm honest with people, it's not because I want to diss them. It's because that's what I feel. And if I don't express what I feel honestly, how could I do anything? And I'm really, it takes a while. It took a while to learn that because my whole career, like I've been signed as a songwriter and a producer to a major publishing company or a publishing company. And so I was working for someone. And then when I joined Hero Junior, it was like starting all over again because we had I mean, we have no manager. We do everything ourselves and we've learned to do it that way. And now, again, like that, when it comes to meeting with agents and talking to people, we know what we don't want. So it's not like, oh, you're here. We're looking for a family, and we've got that with our gear people. And I really I love that, but it took almost 9 years from scratch, and still nobody knows us. I mean, we just I just know that there's something about music that got me started, and it was worth dropping everything to be in this band because it feels like this is something that if I was 15 years old and I heard it and I was a rock person, it was like I would want it. And that was kind of why I never joined a band, is because nothing came along where I thought, what's going to really have a chance? Or, I don't want to sit in the living room and play. It's like I want to tour and, be around people and share the music. And we all feel that way. And even though we're all really different, we all have that same thing. It's an excitement for music that even if we weren't getting paid for it, it yeah, I mean that's music's
Well,
made.
that's actually really important because most people don't end up getting paid for it. So that's a
Yeah,
good attitude to have.
we're as a band, we're not really getting paid for it yet either. But that's been my job my whole life, just getting through with music and be. I think.
That's probably some positivity there. Thanks, Anthony.
Oh, do you know him, Anthony Turco?
I'm familiar with that name, and it's hard for me sometimes to put names and Facebook accounts together. So
He's a guy to pay attention to. I met him through doing the Orange Hangs. He knows the Rockerverb 50 inside out, and he's great with tubes. He does tech stuff. He's a great player. And,
I know this name. Why am I can't put this name to the face?
but he's a great dude. We've had him on Orange Hangs a couple times,
Okay,
and
Anthony, how do I know you?
he's
Explain
from
that to me again.
the coast, Philadelphia.
It's
Or
gonna be really obvious and it's gonna be like, well, I stayed at your house 3 times or some shit. I'm gonna be like, ah, no.
friends with your third wife.
What up, Zach? Zach's actually a newer endorser for us. He's been playing Orange for a while.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
he's in a band called Zach DeBono and the Broken Circle,
Right on.
which everybody should check out. He's a killer player.
I gotta
Um,
check that out.
what else we got? What up, Elias? What is that logo you have there? TAA, and there's a tooth. It's pretty badass.
The
All the-
Tooth Boys.
What's up, Andrew? Thanks for joining us today. What else we got? Joe's back. What up, Joe? Joe was in here yesterday. Joe, you go, man. You got to be doing something else, dude. Go play or something, man. You're paying way too much attention to us.
You gotta have. You're gonna do something with stand up. I know. If you can do that in front of people sitting at tables and chairs, you've got it.
Yeah, like at the local cafeteria or maybe like the old folks' home.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I want to be. Wherever.
Dude, Ken, what's some cool shit you got sitting around you in that studio right there?
This is always the closest, really.
Well, look at that. Have you been using that for the Orange Hangs live streams you've been doing?
I have sometimes because I go between here and Chicago where my girlfriend lives, and so when I'm in Chicago, I've got other gear up there. But I love plugging this into a cabinet, even though I don't have it plugged into a cabinet now. Yeah, I got a guitar.
I bet you
Yeah.
have a guitar. What kind of guitars you got around there, man?
Right now I got this is my favorite guitar. This is my 1972 Les
Mm,
Paul
mm,
Standard,
mm.
old strings. Let's see. There we go. I actually use this amp. We're in the middle of mixing our new album. We just have a single ready to come out Thanksgiving, and I use this amp on the vocals actually.
That's cool for like a distorted kind of like a PA sounding vocal.
Yeah, well, the when we're recording, we've got the whole ground floor of my house as a studio, so we record totally live as a band, and when you do that, you get some bleed through, which is totally cool, and I love that because it makes everything feel like you're right there. But then when I'm mixing, I always I like running distortion behind the vocals all the time. It's better than for me. It's better than EQing vocals. It gives it like a little bit of a bite and a sustain.
Hmm.
You don't always hear it, but I'm always sending something out from tape into the orange amp and miking it and putting it back and mixing it in. So this little amp, I mean, we toured with this. Remember we did that little series when we were on tour with John 5 when I was playing in the bathroom. I mean, it sounds like a big amp always.
Yeah, I mean it's always gonna sound like not a big amp too at the same time, but it's a but for my money, it's still honestly my favorite mini amp. And I don't put it in the same category as I mean like the Boss one, and then there's the Yamaha. They're like a little bigger, a little more powerful, but for like a 3 watt, that thing is still that's my favorite.
Yeah, but
I say that honestly.
and but okay, you can't rehearse with it, but you put a decent mic on this amp, and if you do it right, it's pretty good.
With that said, actually, I'm gonna find something real quick. You play something else, man, because that thing sounds sick. That's it. There you go.
It sustains great. I mean, I got it on like one.
For a little tiny amp, it's awesome.
Yeah, and for a big amp, you got OR-15 rocker verb. I have to educate
I found it. Sorry, I was looking for a video, and it's a video of our old sales manager Eric Sands. And he took a Crush 6 because we used to make a stereo version of this amp, of the Mini Crush. It was a Crush 6 stereo. It had 2 little speakers in it, but we modded it so that it had a speaker output, and we ran it into a 412 cab. And
Yeah.
I think I can actually play it here. And I just want everybody to hear it. It's pretty amazing. And this amp, if you modded it the same way and ran a speaker out to a like an external cab,
There is a speaker out.
that's okay. That's not what I. God damn. I was thinking about the Crush 3. Yes. Um,
Crushes.
yes. That okay. Well, anyways, it sounds amazing when you run it out to an external cab.
Yes, it's the best. It's really. I mean, it's. I don't know how it sounds so loud when you do that, but it does.
Yeah. Let's see. There it is. All right, you can share the audio here too. So you see this?
Oh yeah. God, you're good on this shit. I can't do this stuff. I'm gonna learn.
I think we can hear it.
This is Eric at Orange USA, and I've taken a CR6S and mounted it with a little speaker jack out here and plugged it into a PPC 412 cabinet, and get some pretty magic results here. It's pretty cool, and I've turned up the gain. It's really fun.
So much.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so much guitar porn. Oh, that was so unnecessary.
I think somebody should do a documentary on why we make faces the way we do when we play because it's just not legal. It's weird.
All you need is that one. What's that? Like the Sisters band. They're all female band.
Cores?
No, no, I don't think so. But the bass face.
Oh, yeah.
God, they're amazing too. I like this. Ken can plug into a box of cat litter and it will sound sick.
Ah, yeah, he got paid to say that.
Yeah, actually, Anthony, your Venmo's not working. Can you get me your new Venmo address for that plug? Shoot you your 20 bucks.
I think the little group of 3 people that watches us every week is awesome.
Yeah, you guys are badass.
I really think it took a little while, but there are like 20 people that are regulars. It's fun. I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's how it starts, man.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it says.
At least you have regulars. I don't have any.
Hey, dude, you've got your friend's always on. I love him. Fluff, that's his name.
Oh, Fluff, yeah. Well, Fluff went back to Mesa, so
Oh,
yeah, we're done. Fluff, if you're watching this, we're done.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's fine.
a real emotion. No, I mean,
If I cared about every guitarist that left us to go play another company, I would be, yeah, I'd be full of emotion.
what else is going on? Any new products?
Any new Anthony, I'm not really gonna send you money. Send me your Venmo. But no, for real. Any new products? Well, we are working on new products, Ken, but we are not going to be sharing that today.
There's so
But,
much time to work on new products, and those guys in London are sitting in. I love the posts.
Which posts?
No, just the people working in the workshop.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, I'm telling you, man, there's some really cool stuff coming, and some things that you wouldn't expect probably. But also, I'll say this: one of the amps that we sell a lot of, we're giving that a whole new remake, and it sounds even better. So that's all I've got for that.
The karaoke version of the Rockerverb 50.
Yep, we've been hard at work on a karaoke version of the Rockerverb 50, which is literally just a regular Rockerverb 50, but has a karaoke machine added to it, and there's a smoke machine add-on for an extra $400.
Disco lights.
It's so worth it. It's so worth it. We just took the circuitry out of like one of those American DJ karaoke boxes.
People really love the other cool thing that I noticed just from hearing from people is you don't have to brag about the stuff. It just works. That's what's really. It's not normal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I've worked with a lot of companies, and you're definitely the funniest A&R guy of all of the companies so far.
Thanks. I play
But
guitar the worst out of all of them, but I definitely, I would agree. I'm the funniest.
do you play guitar? Did you start playing? I never even asked you. Did you start playing music?
I already play music. I songwrite. I play drums.
Oh, cool.
I grew up playing saxophone.
Ooh.
But, it turns out you don't have to really know how to play guitar to buy artists drinks and find them drugs when they're in town.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll finally get to be coming to town next year if there's traveling allowed.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you calling us. Wait. Are we fun guys or is this fun, guys? Damn it, Brandon. I was really excited about that. Now I don't know what the context is. Oh, Anthony, yes, the OR series, 100%. So, of course, Ken plays the OR 50. We might be looking at something in the OR series.
But the Custom Shop 50 is kind of OR, right?
It is, but the Custom Shop 50 being the only hand-wired amp we make is obviously it's a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You know, it's an investment. It's like an OR 50 in a lot of ways, slightly less vintage sounding to me.
Yeah. That's why I like the OR 50 because it's like real vintage. But the Rock Reverb 50 is the one I use on every outside band session. It's just, I mean,
It's versatile, man.
yeah,
It's the most versatile amp we make by far.
yeah. And it has a working reverb, which is pretty rare.
Hmm. Working reverb. Well, you know what? So here's the progression of reverbs for us on those amps. Rock Reverb Mark 1, space time. Hey man, did you do enough acid to understand this reverb? Is the reverb like giving you life lessons? That's how crazy that reverb was. Reverb number 2 on the Mark 2, toned down quite a bit, but still like, I don't know. I think I'm seeing trails still, you know? And now this new one is like an Albert Hoffman hit. It's perfect. It's perfect. So
Yeah, I used it on a,
sorry about that weird LSD metaphor for reverb, by the way, everybody.
well, we've all experienced that reverb in one way or another. Um, I was doing a session a couple days ago where I was playing a Strat actually, and it was super just super clean, and I had the reverb halfway up, and it didn't get in the way of anything. But when you took it away, it was gone. The whole guitar sound was gone. And usually when I send stuff out, I don't always print on it, but here I printed the reverb on it. No one said anything, so it's all right.
There you go. Oh yeah, dude, KT88's in the Rock Reverb? Yes indeed, Anthony, you are correct, sir.
Yeah,
Now here's a good one. Here's a good one. A Black Sabbath. Oh, what are those?
I've got two KT88s waiting to go in.
Are those the Golden Lions?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
And Anthony's gonna do it for me online. He's gonna show me how to get electrocuted. It's gonna be real fun live.
Oh, just to be clear, you're going to receive an online lesson in real time about how to change the power tubes in your amp?
Yep.
Okay, Anthony, you may want to have him sign something before you do this. I don't know, man. That's not. I can't recommend that as the manufacturer. A Black Sabbath vintage signature amp. That would be cool, except for the fact that Black Sabbath played Orange like twice, and it just happened to play it in the video that everybody saw.
That's Anthony. You should check out his Instagram. He's playing an SG through a Rock Reverb 50, and it's one of the best stoner sounds that I've heard. It's really good.
Anthony, post your Instagram handle here, man, so that everybody can see.
Yeah, it's really good.
Stoner sounds are key, man. We have been moving away from stoner sounds a bit. People may have noticed that we've been trying to appeal to a wider audience. You're always going to have a Rock Reverb. And there's all kinds of stoner sounds you can achieve with that. But, I mean, it's been something that it's been internally, we've been all talking about. We need to make sure that that core audience, man, that's the one that really helped us come up. We got to keep that core audience happy, and we're talking about it, man. We are talking about it.
Which core audience are you talking about?
Stoner rockers.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Stoner. Yeah.
Well, I think that people like the stoner rockers like the orange amps because they take fuzz better than any other amp by far. They don't bottom out when you add fuzz on top of what's already.
Right. What do you think about I mean, I have a lot of guys that play our stuff with stoner rock that are just like, I just need the gain that's built into it already. I don't want to put fuzz on top of this or something.
Yeah. No, the gain. I mean, that's what I do. I'm using the amps gain all the time, but then like when I'm using like a Russian big muff or something, which usually could be really nasty on the wrong amp, it just gives me even more. But yeah, I mean the built-in gain is, you don't need anything. My gear went down at one gig. We were doing a show with Jared James Nichols, and for whatever reason, that was a shitty gig, or not a shitty gig, but I broke 3 strings in one song, and my pedal board went down. That was fun. And I plugged, and that was the only time that I had to change speakers, and I didn't have an extra speaker. So I was using my OR50 with 2 112s stacked on top of each other, and I broke 3 strings, and the pedal board went down, and I played straight in through with a telly. The only show I've ever done with Hero Jr. with a telly, and it was the amps. The amps actually sound great with tellies. Really, really good.
Orange amps.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That
loud and rocking and like thick, really good.
Right. What it does to a telly is it thickens it up. It makes it warmer, right?
Yeah.
And, but what it does with a Les Paul is it allows the Les Paul to shine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't bottom out. It allows it to you hear the warmth and you hear the depth. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, that makes sense, man. Makes total sense.
I don't know anything about any of the technical stuff. That's the funniest thing, doing the orange hangs, when people ask me technical questions, and it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. Ask Anthony Turco. He knows. If he watches it, if he writes the answer right down there, and it's like, yes.
What we got here, Anthony?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. Blam, 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 blam. Yeah. And you know it's hardcore because he's got skulls all over his shirt. I wouldn't have known otherwise.
That's a good sound he's got out of his rock reverb. I love it.
That was gnarly, man. It sounded like a chainsaw fighting a lawnmower. In the best possible way.
Of course.
I was just talking about this yesterday. I have weird descriptions of guitar tones, and I think it's primarily because I'm not technically a guitar player. But So yesterday I was reminiscing about the time I called Nate Newton from the band Converge. His guitar tone his bass tone sounded like a dinosaur coughing. But again, in a great way.
In a great way. Yeah. Better than a dinosaur with COVID.
Yeah. Your guitar tone is like it's like it's like a bell bottom fighting a dreadlock. Like but they're both super stoned.
That's gonna go on the end of the press release. What was that? Bell bottom fighting a dreadlock. That's
yeah. Yeah.
The title of the record.
I feel like if you were gonna make like a witch's potion to create you would drop a bell bottom, at least a flared jean, a dreadlock, whatever a Hesh blanket it would look like. And then a guitar, and then like Jimi Hendrix, you'd have to like sacrifice a guitar player.
I'm, I'm just gonna have a dreadlock blanket. That's not.
Make a blanket out of dreadlocks.
You would need to have a sheet under that because that would itch like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Ooh, I want it. That's what I want. I want everybody in the comment section to tell us what your orange guitar tone or just your guitar tone sounds like. My orange amp sounds like a rhinoceros butt chugging jello. That's really good, John. You're good. Give us your weirdest adjectives and metaphors to describe your guitar tone.
That's like the kindergarten teacher saying it's recess all day for people online.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
Oh no, dude.
That was pretty graphic. I've never actually.
Oh, I got a good one too, man. You know, the Queens of the Stone Age album Era Vulgaris.
Uh-huh.
That to me sounds like it sounds like robots fucking. If I'm being honest, that's what it sounds like. But their parts are all rusty. But again, I mean that in the best possible way. That's my favorite Queens album. So
Everything's in the best possible way.
yeah, it is. I just have a habit of saying these things to people, and they're like, "That's horribly offensive," and it's like I didn't mean it that way. It's just what it sounds like to me.
You suck in the best possible way.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the like the new Orange stuff? Is that going to be based on less rock stuff, like something more?
No,
pop
no,
or-
no. I'll say this with confidence. We have a great rockin' 2021.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah. I'll say that. It's just that things that we're kind of have on the horizon are more useful for more types of people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
I mean it's actually there's nothing that hasn't worked. Like it works, rock and roll works for country, it even works for jazz if you put your tone right on the guitar. I mean, can't beat
Yeah.
the channel rock.
we have a few country players that swear by the rock and roll, like Tim Montana. He's a Nashville-based guy, and he's been playing Orange for forever. And you know what? It's funny, man. I mean, like some of these guys, I've had artists that have bailed on Orange because they were in that country southern rock genre, and they wanted to play something more like localized, like USA made,
Yeah.
right? They didn't
Oh.
like the stigma of playing something that was from overseas. But Tim Montana stuck with us, and for that I'm extremely happy.
I never thought about buying American when I wanted to get a sound like whatever. That's really interesting, actually. But I was talking. The strings I use are American made. It DNR, DNR strings,
Yeah.
and there is a difference. I mean, I don't know if it's because they're made in America, but
Yeah.
there's a.
The thing about that is that made in the UK. The UK has asked my opinion on that several times. Like, how do people in the USA receive the made in the UK brand? To me, it's the same thing. I feel like people have the same confidence in a made in the UK versus made in the USA.
So it's like Doc Martens. You don't buy the Chinese Doc Martens. You buy the British ones. I lived in London for 10 years, and I think that most of my rock influence come from British artists that listen to American artists. All that wave of 70s blues rock where they worshipped all the 50s and 60s
Yeah.
American blues players. So, I mean, I love England's one of the places. There's only two places in the whole world that I've experienced so far. When I walk off the plane, I feel like motivated to create right away, and that's Nashville and London. Like there's just a feeling of creativity in those two places for me personally that's different than anywhere else.
Yeah.
And
Well, Nashville's trying its hardest to remove the creativity and replace it with high rises. So I don't know the last time you were there, but it's like a mini Atlanta now.
yeah, it's great. I had an artist last time I was there pre-plague, I guess we have to relate to everything pre-plague now. But yeah, I was there.
PP.
PP, and I had a friend over from London, and we were recording there. And just to get from the studio to, like, you know where the football stadium is down there, it's a mess. It's like it's been a mess for the whole year. Yep, yep.
Yeah, it's not fun.
But it's still got that thing, you know. It's like I've been working in Nashville on and off for God for a long time, for like 20 years, and it's even when you draw. I mean, it's kind of sad sometimes when you go down Music Row and all the old places that have so much history, or they look.
You mean Bachelorette Party Row?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
all the culture has turned into, well, now it's just mainly those pedal bikes where people are drinking on a mobile bar. That's the culture of Nashville now.
yeah, but I mean, I really do. There's something that I love those places that have music history like that. I mean, I'm really looking forward to come down more to Atlanta because you guys have such a great R&B blues scene down there.
We do indeed. The music history of Atlanta is it's Outcast. That's the vibe here, man. Which is fine by me. I love Outcast.
Yeah, it's great. Me too.
I have a valve venting little puffs of a dynamite blast. That's your amp description? I like that, Hobo Roadie.
Awesome. That's the only one. Oh, they must be flooding in, right? All 20 people must have at least one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that nobody else has given us if you're just joining us, Ken Rose from Hero Jr. and I, Alex, Artist Relations Manager for Orange, have been requesting that you send us, in the comments section, a shitty description of your guitar tone. Full of adjectives and metaphors that may not make any sense to anybody but yourself. And if you have any of those, please feel free to include them.
A shitty compliment.
Anthony, once again, any chances of other speakers for the cabinets besides V30s? No. No, probably not. You know, we do have the Orange brand speaker too, which is very unique. It really is. I like them for certain applications. The Orange branded speaker is very similar to Vintage 30. It's just a little bit tighter and a little bit faster, and definitely more emphasis on like the upper mids and trebles.
I love the V30s. V30 212 closed cabinet, man, there's no better bottom end.
I agree.
I mean, it's really.
There are entire companies. My favorite part about it is that there are entire companies now that are springing up that are basically building Orange amp cabs and putting their logos on them. And granted, they're doing some cool shit. You know, you can get crazy woods, you can get different Google cloth, special designs and things like that. Weird speaker configurations, which may or may not be a good idea long term. But what they all have in common, all of these custom cab companies, is that all of them are built the exact same thickness as an Orange cab. You know what I mean? That's what.
There's something inside. Is there like an angle or something that makes it resonate the way it does, or it's just that's the way it is?
No, I think it's just the size, man. I mean, it's thick as hell, obviously.
I know.
We don't put center posts in most of them. We used to put some. I mean, we had some limited edition cabs with center posts. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what it is. It's just it's love.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we like to massage the cabs before they leave the warehouse. Sometimes things go a little further than that, but for the most part, yeah. I mean, we show them love.
Yeah, that's why you had to take that center post out.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Okay.
It's still early. I was up editing videos last night till 4 a.m, so I'm just waking up now. Let's promote.
Is that your excuse for making a blatantly graphic sex joke? Yeah.
Let's promote our new single.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. You're right. Okay, so besides the fact that everybody needed to learn a little bit more about Ken today, so that you can follow him on Mondays when he does his Orange Hangs live sessions, which he does with a guitar, and he plays a lot, and it sounds fantastic. You should make sure that you check it out. Also, Hero Jr. has a new single for... Explain it, man. Tell us about what this single is. Eleanor Rigby. It's an awesome cover.
So we are definitely not a cover band, and we've never even thought about doing covers. But about 6 years ago, we started doing Eleanor Rigby and sound checks, jamming around with it, and it was on one live record that we did about 6 years ago. And now that we've had a new drummer, Ryan, for about 2 years now, and we've been bringing that song back at shows, and we just thought, it sounds like us. If you didn't know the lyrics, I guess you wouldn't even know it was Eleanor Rigby, probably. And so.
You would know. You would know.
Think so?
I think so. I mean, a good cover, you can tell what the song is. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna play it for everybody.
Oh, cool. So we record at home, which is great. So we just decided that we were going to put this song on the next record. People asked for it. It's a song that people like at shows, and I think we really don't listen. The reason why we love each other as a band and keep doing this is because we're doing exactly what we want, the way we want to. We're in control of our creativity, but there is something for a band that no one knows. If someone hears a song that they've known and then they hear the way the band interprets it, I mean, it really feels like us. And if you hear Eleanor Rigby and then you hear another Hero Jr. song, it's going to be the same band. And I think that's what's cool about this song. And we just played it, and we just thought we might as well put it on an album too.
So you don't have the official video for this yet, right?
No, but I will have it in 2 days, and you'll have it in 2 days.
Okay. You've played it live before, though.
Yes, we played it live. I don't think not in this. We haven't played it live on video in this configuration, but yeah, you've got the. I don't know. It might be out there somewhere. I think we played it a couple times when we were on tour with John 5, and I'll find one and I'll post it somewhere and let you know.
Okay. Well, you know what? I just realized if without a video, it's going to be kind of weird when we just play this song.
Yeah,
So I'm going to post it in the comments instead.
Yeah, no, that's cool. We're releasing it on Thursday, so like I always tell the Orange people, if someone hits me up and says, send me a link, I'll hit everybody up with the download. So just send me
Cool.
on
Can I share this this Google Drive link?
No, not yet, please.
All right. Well, never mind then. Never mind, everyone. Just have to wait.
Thursday, it comes out on Thursday, and like I said, any Orange people that hit me up with a private message, I'll make sure that they get a copy of it.
Okay. It's really good. I mean, honestly, I think it was awesome.
It's really fun. I mean, I could go on and on about the band because it's really, it was something I never thought that I would find as a band, because for me, a band is so special, and it's just amazing that Evan and I met Evan's the singer in our band. We met even before they started Hero Jr. When I was coming to, when I lived in London, I would come to Indiana to Mellencamp Studio to do some mixing for projects I was doing in London, and some of the people I worked with were part of that crew.
Right. Tim Mellencamp.
Yeah, Tim Mellencamp. Who's Tim Mellencamp?
John's cousin.
Oh. Does he live in a greenhouse or a pink house?
I don't know. He's John's more conservative cousin.
Timothy.
Yeah. Yeah, he lives in a country club.
And so Evan and I met, and I remember I met Evan before I even moved to London. I was living in Munich, Germany at that time, and I came back home and I just said, man, I met this dude. It's so great. and I had a publishing deal and I couldn't get out of it and I couldn't leave. So it's like that's the kind of guy I would love to start a band with. And then we stayed friends, and then I was producing and writing songs together with him, and we did that over Skype from my studio in London. And I just flew out for the CD release party on something we did together, and I never went back. And it was really like this has to happen, and it's only, it's only grown, and it's so cool. I mean, every time I talk about it, it's like, being in a band is so much more than any other form of music group for me. I mean, I've toured with people. I love writing songs with different people and working with people. But when you're together on the road with a band and it works, it's really and we can write. Like when we write songs, we really sit down and write on acoustic guitar. Even if it ends up being loud, it's always written as a song instead of just a jam. And I think that really it's important. I mean, I think that if you've got good songs that have melodies and lyrics that work, you can do them whichever way you want. And we just love, playing rock music. But I'm so glad. I totally didn't want to leave Europe and come back here. And still, there's times when I look at what's going on here, it's like, damn.
Now you can't go if you want to.
Nope, exactly. So, yeah, but I mean, so I can't wait for everybody to hear the single, and I think we're onto something pretty cool with this record because it's live. The songs are fun. They're a little heavier than we've done before, and they go off to some cool places. So I think that's cool. Oh wait, we got one here.
That's a pretty good description of guitar tone.
Yeah.
Also, he has an AD 140, which is still my favorite Orange amp ever.
Is that an older one?
Yeah, in early 2000s.
Is that like the Page kind of version?
No. When you say beige, are you referring to the Omar Rodriguez Lopez Mars Volta amps where he had all the Tolex taken off of them? Because those were AD 140s. That was an amazing amp, man.
I said, did you hear beige?
I thought you said beige.
What?
What'd you say?
I said, is that the one that Page uses?
No, it's not. But yeah, no, it's not the one that Paige uses.
Orange.
You said beige, and it made sense to say beige.
Orange would not look good in beige. That would.
Not a whole hell of a lot looks good in beige. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
Beige is beige is the best color if you want to make sure everybody else knows that you're a financial consultant or something. You know what I mean? Or that you have golfed before.
Oh yeah, beige.
Man, hey, I really appreciate your time today, Ken. That was very fun, man, and thank you to everybody that got involved in the comment section too. That was actually a relatively active comment section, and I think that's because of you, Ken, because you've been doing those Monday live streams for us, and you've got fans now.
Oh yeah, they're all over.
Not that guy. That was my bad. Yeah.
Oh.
But listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Alex Auksher. I'm the Artist Relations Manager for Orange. And we were joined today by Ken Rose of Hero Jr., who is an Orange ambassador, a hell of a guitar player. And he does a Monday live stream for Orange called Orange Hangs, where he plays guitar, unlike me, where I always just talk. And then he also is releasing a single with his band Hero Jr. It's a cover of Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. And it is very cool, very rockin'. So look out for that. Ken Rose, thank you, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah.